This is going to be such a long podcast. Hi, welcome to our podcast called A Little Louder Gary. I'm Abby.
And I'm your co-host, Mario.
Yeah. Cue intro music!
Okay. Hold on. So, the topic for today is the murder and killing of
Heyman Lee.
Quick backstory to it. Basically there was a guy named Adnan, and he killed this girl, Hay, which was his girlfriend, but not his girlfriend. They were broken up, right? And then
They were dating,
Mm-hmm.
and then they broke up.
Yeah.
People were just like,
why'd you kill her? But there's a lot of evidence, and there's a lot of not evidence.
there's barely any evidence, which is crazy. Do you think he's innocent?
I don't know, man.
I don't really know either.
I don't
I
know.
have no.
I mean, there's some stuff that's what the heck, and then there's some stuff oh, he didn't do it, right?
Yeah, there's some stuff where I'm like, that's a little suspicious, but then there's other things where I'm like, bro, what if he did it?
And then there's Jay, which is the guy who knew where the body was. So
So this guy named Mr. S found the body in Lincoln Park. He found the body. He was a streaker. Was he a streaker?
What's a streaker?
They run around naked.
Oh, what the?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, they run around naked. But he was a streaker, and he pulled over to pee, and walked super far back into the woods.
But it was snowing too. It was snowing, so that's kind of ghetto. Why the heck are you going out when it's snowing?
And he's a streaker. Why would I? If I was
exactly,
a streaker, I would just open the door
and
be
cold, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would just open the door and pee. But yeah, he walked super far back into the woods and found. Did you just sniff the microphone? He walked super far back into the woods and found.
It was behind a tree trunk.
Yeah, he saw a little piece of her hair sticking out, which is a little weird. I guess it really depends what color the ground was, because how would he have seen the hair?
It's snowing.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was snowing?
Yeah.
Okay, so the ground was white. Never mind.
It was the first blizzard of the century. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but then also, Jay knew where Hayes' car was.
Yeah, that's what's weird. Listen.
Listen.
Okay, so it's weird that Adnan and Jay were working together. Jay didn't really want to help, but he still did it anyways because he didn't really like the cops.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist of.
What if they were lying to the cops, or what if they were just lying and they were actually best friends? Also, Adnan was Muslim.
Yeah.
When you're Muslim, you can't date.
Yeah, unless you're gonna get married.
So.
And they can't have sex before marriage, and they can't do stuff like that. Blah,
And
blah, blah.
and Adnan was doing all of that.
He was crazy.
He was crazy. He was Muslim culture wise, but everything else he wasn't. He didn't really agree with that. So maybe that's why. I think that's why a lot of people thought that Adnan did it, because he basically risked his life to be with Hay and date Hay.
But also, Hay was doing the exact same thing because she grew up in a strict Asian household with her parents and stuff like that. So they both understood each other. Blah blah blah.
They still eye to eye.
Even Hay's new boyfriend that they only dated for
I think they did it for 3 days.
3
Dawn.
days, literally 3 days.
And then
he was yeah, he got along with Adnan, so it can't be he was just jealous or he did it just
yeah, because they were still friends, and he seemed, from what I've heard, he seemed to understand that they were friends.
Yeah. And then the trial. Let's talk about the trial, guys.
Christina, what was her name?
Christina Aguilera?
No. Christina Gutierrez.
Christina Gutierrez.
Rest in peace.
She
was
died.
Adnan's.
Did she die?
I don't know. I think she had. Oh, did she have cancer?
She had OC. I don't even know how she looks like.
I don't know how she looks like either. But
this is a picture of her right here.
Rest in peace, Christina Gutierrez. She was Adnan's lawyer
for the trial.
The trial,
yeah.
And she was terrible.
Oh my gosh, are they dumb? They couldn't. Okay. There's this girl. Her name is
Asia
McLean, and she wrote the day that Hay got murdered.
Well, no, it was a couple days after Because Adnan was like, yeah, I was in the library. And then they were like, well, nobody saw you. And then Asia wrote him letters and was like, oh, I saw you in the library, but I didn't say anything. Or something like that. And then apparently someone contacted her, but like her boyfriend or something, like told them to like leave them alone. And then she claimed later that nobody ever contacted her.
Yeah, and she like blah 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 blah. Okay, and then after the whole Asia thing, they didn't use her as evidence, so like that wasn't any good. It's like
or like a witness or something.
Like make it make sense, you know?
Yeah.
And,
I don't know what the heck was going on with that day at the justice system was not a good one. I don't even know what I'm saying.
And then there was like a mistrial because supposedly Christina Aguilera didn't see, like, was it the cell phone right? Oh, not Christina Aguilera.
Christina Gutierrez.
Christina. She didn't like. She's like, oh, I didn't see like this evidence, blah blah blah, and then they're just like, you're lying, blah 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 blah. So they had a podcast. The lady who's like, who's saying the podcast?
Sarah Koenig.
Yeah,
that's right.
They were like off to a good start. Like they were like, it looked like they were in like a good place to win like the trial. But after that, like it kind of like the next trial was like, what the heck is going on? And she would like Jay, which is like Adnan's best friend. No, not best friend. The Adnan.
It was just some like random. It was the guy that like supposedly helped Adnan kill Hay. They just smoked weed together from time to time, and like Adnan seemed to do a lot for Jay. Like he like let him borrow his phone because phones weren't like super popular to have back then, and like Adnan let Jay use his car.
I don't know, man. But Christina Gutierrez, she was like yelling at Jay, and mind you, Christina's white, Jay's black, and the jury, most of the jury, where is it, in Delaware?
Baltimore.
But Jay was like, so that was like Baltimore was like a predominantly like black like community.
Yeah, there's a lot of black people
like,
in that community.
So most of the jury was like black. So like when they saw that Christina Gutierrez was like yelling at him, she's like, "Did you not do this?" Blah 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 blah.
She also really liked to use the words truth and lie. Maybe that was like her tactic or something. But I don't know. She seemed like a pretty bad lawyer. She had such an annoying voice when GIF was playing the things. Oh my god, I was like, shut up, girl. Anyways,
they ended up losing the trial, and he got like no, did he get life? No,
he got life plus 30 years.
Really? How do you get? What is life?
Life in prison. Plus 30 years.
Well, then what the...
I don't know.
So did they keep your corpse in the cell for like plus 30 years?
30 years. Yeah, I don't know how that works. It's just like life plus 30 years. I'm pretty sure that's what they said he got. But he got out on I don't think it was on good behavior. He got out on
mistrial. No.
He got out they did another trial, I think.
No, he had like an appeal for like
oh, yes.
That like he couldn't like to prove that like the way that like Christina Gutierrez like was like doing it was like kind of weird, like kind of sketchy, kind of like what the heck, like she wasn't representing him to like to the full of her ability,
to the best of her potential.
So like I don't think that they could try him again on it because it's like the court system,
and he's already out, so like it's already kind of too late.
But I don't know, like when it comes to like the evidence of. I think Jay was involved, like low-key, like he was involved.
He definitely was involved, because how would he know where Hayes' car was?
Exactly. He like.
I want to know who dumped Hayes' car.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, did Adnan dump Hayes' car?
I haven't I don't know. It's just weird.
Because what happened after Adnan went to the Best Buy, and.
The Best Buy that said they had cameras, but no, that
there was no cameras.
There was no cameras in there.
And there was no telephone. There's so much that was like so confusing about this case.
It's like oh, because Jay was inconsistent with his stuff too. Oh, girl, what? Sorry. I didn't have
yeah, there's so much stuff that's like inconsistent about this case, and like Jay, his story, whenever he would get like questioned by the cops, his story would be like different every meeting.
I was kind of like.
Anyways, what were you saying? Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, every single time Jay would like get questioned by the cops, it would be different because like what they did in that day is like I'm so sorry, I couldn't swallow for a second. Jay picked Adnan up from school. And then it was Jay's girlfriend's birthday that day.
Yeah.
And Adnan was like, did you get her a present yet? So they went to the mall and they got her a present. But we don't know which mall, because he said it was like 2 different malls. What is it? It was like Security Point Shopping Center or something, and then the other one
I
was,
think
like,
they were like
West
far
Side.
away from each other, so like how do you get that mixed up?
I know. Yeah, it was weird. Like that day, I guess Jay said something about like Adnan saying like, oh, I'm gonna kill that, you know?
Yeah.
That's suspicious. to
But
me.
yeah, I think they both worked. I think like they both knew the consequences of what was gonna happen, and they both followed up with it. But like the reasoning of why to do it, and the reason like is like we're still like I'm still confused about like
I'm really confused.
Why would like Adnan and Jay kill her if like if they didn't have beef anymore, right?
Yeah, because Adnan and Hay were like pretty good friends.
Yeah, like they were still on good terms.
Yeah, they would like there was something that said I need to stop saying like, bro. Okay. Someone said something about Adnan. Hay got like a flat tire or something, and she called Adnan. So they were still on like good terms. Like there was no like hard feelings or anything. Like, oh, it's just. I was like, what is that behind me? I thought it was a demon.
So I think they're both guilty.
I think they're both guilty too.
I think they
honestly.
both should have served time because Jay didn't serve time.
Jay didn't serve any time.
That's my verdict.
That's my yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else weird that was in the case? The whole case was just
The whole
weird.
case was
Yeah.
ghetto.
We never even heard anything from Hayes' parents, did we?
No.
What if his parents did it?
But how would Jay know?
Oh,
Unless like they hired like Jay to like.
what if he was a hitman?
But why would they want to kill
What if they didn't like her?
the parents?
I know some parents that would hire a hitman on their kid.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But
Did Hay have any siblings? What if their siblings hired the hitman?
I don't think so. No, because she was the oldest, I think.
Oh, okay.
Or single kid. Who knows?
Not me.
Not us. But yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the A Little Louder Gary podcast with Abby.
And Mario?
We'll see you guys never.
Never.
Because this
it's
is the only time we're doing it.
Alright. Bye bye.
Later!